In today's morning rounds, we all know it's important to stay active, but for thousands of blind athletes across the country, just setting foot out the door can be a huge challenge. Now, one special dog is helping his owner not just walk out the door, but run. In a report you will see only on CBS This Morning, Barry Petersen brings us the extraordinary story of one man's journey to find the perfect running mate.
Can you do some running today, Klinger?
It's natural that a man would want to care for his canine companion. For centuries, dogs have been man's best friend.
Klinger's a real snuggly, sort of cuddly dog.
But in this story, it is a German shepherd named Klinger who is in charge of caring for Richard Hunter.
Got to get all our gear.
Richard is blind, and Klinger is his guide dog, the only one in America trained specifically to lead a blind runner.
Steady. What Klinger does when he runs with me is no different than his regular guide dog work. He's just moving at a slightly faster pace. He has a lot of drive. He likes to work. He can be highly focused.
Sounds like you, maybe?
I think Klinger actually has a lot more drive than I do.
Richard started losing his sight in his 20s when he was a Marine Corps second lieutenant. Now, 48 years old, he's almost completely blind.
Did he get it?
But despite that loss, Richard started competing in triathlons with the help of human guides. Then one day, during a bicycle training ride, Richard and his guide collided with a car. He went through the windshield, his neck broken.
That was a big wake-up call for me and my family.
Just 3 months later, he was back running races, and 9 months after the accident, he ran the Boston Marathon.
To the bridge. Go ahead.
There he spotted Thomas Panic, whose school trains guide dogs for the blind, and there was an offhand remark.
Richard shouted out, "I'm really curious, have you ever trained a guide dog to run?" And I said, "I don't know. It hasn't been done."
Trainers Ben Colley and Jolene Hollister had to devise a new training program, and the key was finding the right dog. Enter Klinger.
He took every challenge we threw at him, accepted it, exceeded it, and gave us the ability to ask for more.
Over the next 6 months, they taught Klinger to navigate curbs and obstacles at a faster pace, and thus think faster. Then he was ready to meet Richard.
As rewarding as training Klinger was, being able to work with Klinger and Richard together and watch the relationship develop with the two of them was a truly inspirational and amazing time for me that I will never forget.
The partnership started with more training at a New York park.
Good boy.
And goes on today at their California home. Klinger can run 6 miles at a time. He memorizes each step of their path, always watching and warning of obstacles, and creating a new kind of independence for Richard. You don't need to call a friend. You don't need to have somebody come over. You guys, you buddies, can just go for a run.
It gives me a lot of freedom. With Klinger in my house, now we have the flexibility that once he learns my routes, that we're going to be able to leave the house whenever we want to, and it's just him and I. There we go, good boy.
If Richard can open his door in the morning, be able to get out there and have the freedom to know that he's safe, that to me is a definition of success.
Let's get up the hill. Let's go.
That means others may someday share what Richard and Klinger now have.
If this program's successful, it's going to create the foundation for other people to follow in my footsteps.
2 athletes answering the call of the open road.
Good boy.
For CBS This Morning, Barry Petersen in Folsom, California.
Good boy is right. I see why Jolene was crying.
Yeah,
Don't you?
what a great dog Klinger is. You know, to give him independence like that, just
Yeah,
terrific.
you understand, Charlie.
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Would you-
Brilliantly told, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You thinking about your own dogs? What are you thinking about? Yeah. I get it.